everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Bell. I'm Andrew Zarian. This is our second attempt at starting the show today. Of course, I'm joined by Rich Stambolian. What's going on, Rich?
We did it. Good to see you again after so long.
Yeah. We had to restart it because this is a whole new profile, and the boys that created the profile like to change things on me. So I forget sometimes how to start a show.
There are a couple of little pranksters, these guys.
Show's all about professional wrestling, everything happening in the world of professional wrestling. Listen, we're 4 minutes late. My fault.
There we go. Yeah.
We've been sitting here like dum-dums, talking to nobody.
We did half the show already, guys.
Dude, the show's over. All right, see you later. We're doing our Q&As now. Last night, Monday Night Raw. I want to go right into this.
Let's do it.
It was a lot of surprises. Returns.
Fun
quits,
episode. Yeah.
Murders.
Yeah.
A lot of moitas happened.
Murders, yeah.
Let's start with this. I thought it was a good Raw. Like, I actually, first time in a very long time, I sat there, I watched it. Even when it's a really good Raw, there'll be this lull period.
Yes. That
continues. It really wasn't there as much with this episode. It was more, everything mattered. And I think that's because of what we're building to.
Exactly.
There's SummerSlam. You're obviously in the back pocket. You have World Championship matches. You have the Drew McIntyre stuff. You have Money in the Bank. You have the Liv Morgan story, and we got the big ending with the Wyatt 6.
Really cool.
SICKS.
SICKS. I enjoyed it.
You want to start off?
Let's do it.
With Raw?
So Rollins makes his return. This is Raw from Corpus Christi last night, Monday Night Raw. Rollins makes a surprise return to kick off the show. Pretty much says he's going to be in Money in the Bank. Damian Priest comes out, says welcome back, and offers Seth a shot at the championship.
Yeah. All right, so I'm glad to see Damian's okay.
Yes. Yeah. Do you think that was a work?
No, I don't think that was a work.
Yeah.
I think they were very careful.
Okay.
But you know what? I don't think he could have made it look as good if it wasn't.
It looked wild.
If it wasn't like real.
Yeah.
It did look wild. Yes, Seth was limping. He's kind of selling the injury.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that Damian's the one that wanted to face him.
Right.
The suit was unbelievable. You saw those shoes?
It was awesome. Yeah.
I would wear that.
He looked like, I think you could pull that off. You could pull it off. He looked like a 1950s TV cowboy.
Like a villainous cowboy.
I liked it. I think you could pull that. Like a white suit with cowboy boots.
Yeah, I think I should do it.
I think
next time I'll do it.
Do it.
Yeah, I thought this was good. It's good that Rollins is back. Punk is coming back. They're going to go full steam again.
Oh, yeah.
You had Braun Strowman defeating Chad Gable. He signs a contract, and now he's losing.
Right.
This is after Adam Pearce tells Gable he'll have enough chances. He's had enough chances he needs to go, and now he needs to go to the back of the line. After the match, Gable dresses down Alpha Academy, and Otis finally snaps, pushes him halfway across the ring.
Yeah.
And that's it, and they left. So now they're broken up.
Yeah, and now where do Tozawa, Maxine, and Otis go?
Was Tozawa involved in this still?
Yeah.
He was.
Gable slapped
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he could go. We always talk about that Braun Strowman stable of the group of dummies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Otis would be perfect.
He's so good in that group. So good.
That's a Mattman joke, by the way.
We got you could catch that on Fridays at 10:30 Eastern. WWE Money in the Bank qualifier. Io Sky defeated Kiana James and Zelina Vega. Liv Morgan arrived also wearing Dominic's vest and distracted Vega while Io pinned. So why is Zelina so invested in the Dominic stuff?
Yeah.
When really it has nothing to do with him?
Right.
With her?
Right.
Like,
right.
I always found that interesting that, like, this has been the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
That she's very invested. So is the story that she's, like, annoyed by what she's doing with Dominic? Or is the story that she wants a chance at the title? It's kind of blurred.
I kind of feel like they're also headed towards using Dominic as a patsy because they really want to gun for Rhea or keep Rhea away. You know? And it would be cool it would be fun if they'd made the storyline that Dominic is like the de facto lady killer. Like all the women are just like into
swooning over him.
Yeah.
They love him.
Yeah.
I think that Mr. Machismo.
Exactly.
All the girls love him. Nobody understands why.
Yep.
Like, why are you so into this guy? And they're like, I don't know.
What was that called on Seinfeld? The Kavorka?
The Kavorka.
That Kramer had?
Yeah. Great episode. Yeah, all right, cool. I want to see what's happening here. And this continued, obviously, backstage. He had stolen it. He was looking for it. Sami Zayn comes out, cuts a promo. He's moving on from Chad.
Yeah.
For the IC title. It looks like Braun Breaker's going to be the one. Braun Breaker and Sheamus both come out to set up their match later. I think Braun Breaker as an IC champion should be the one.
Like, now.
Yeah, like the one that beat Sammy. You want to build like your next generation of talent?
Mm-hmm.
Put him in. Give it to him now.
They've been doing right by Sammy. I feel like, yeah, I agree with you, but not anytime soon. You know, because they've built really...
You don't think so? You don't think that should be the SummerSlam match?
They've built really good programs around Sammy for the last few years.
Yeah, since the Bloodline stuff.
Right,
Yeah,
since
he's
the
been
Bloodline
incredible.
stuff.
He did that. He had the tag team with Kevin Owens.
Yep.
They won the IC, the tag titles.
Mm-hmm. The IC, winning the IC from Gunther, you know.
That was big too.
Fantastic stuff. I feel like if they do a really good story with Braun Breaker, absolutely. What is Braun Breaker's character?
He's a maniac.
Okay.
Right?
So he's
a maniac from the 90s.
He's a Steiner.
He's a Steiner. Yeah, that's his gimmick. He's a Steiner. I wanted to get bigger. When is he going to dye his hair blonde and grow that ridiculous line?
And get like real, like, if he dyes his hair blonde and gets the drool, black drool, and wears his dad's wrestling hat,
he just becomes a Steiner.
Yeah,
he's the Steiner.
He's the Steiner.
They should have called him a Steiner, dude. Braun Steiner.
Braun Steiner. It makes sense, but I think he picked that name.
I guess he did. Carlito defeated Dragon Lee. I like Dragon Lee, dude.
Oh yeah.
He actually looks great on this TV show.
He does. Good for him.
And I hope they kind of keep him in an elevated position.
Absolutely.
Morgan walked out again in Dominic's vest. Mm-hmm. Zelina attacked Liv. So this is the second. I mean, I don't understand. This is the part that I was very confused about.
Mm-hmm.
Why is she so invested? I guess she's just causing havoc.
Right. She wants a shot at that title. She wants to stir the pot with Dominic, or she
because
wants to protect
the LWO,
Dominic.
because the LWO and the Judgment Day are brawling, and she's trying to be in the in Judgment Day.
Right.
I think she should join LWO.
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing.
That'd be great.
I would. Love
I get
that.
a kick out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So after this, Drew McIntyre comes out.
Yeah.
CM Punk chants throughout the promo. He tried cutting a promo on Punk. Instead, he got like a couple words out, and in disgust, he's like, "You know what? I quit."
Yeah.
And he walked out. Great job with this.
Oh, yeah.
Nice
really
worked quitting.
Yeah.
But it tells an interesting story here from the 2 nights before. Why did he do that? Right? And I think Punk explained it where he's like, I don't even give a crap about the title. I'm just being so petty.
Right.
We're just so petty that we're going to cost each other the title. Yeah, but wouldn't you really want the title? You know?
Yeah, but...
Isn't that the thing that you kind of really want?
I honestly, I got hooked. I got hook, line, and sinkered on Saturday because I was like, this is it. Drew's winning that title. It's going to be great.
And he deleted his social media.
Wow.
He deleted everything.
Didn't he do this like last year? That he deleted everything?
I don't remember.
Like he got hurt and deleted everything?
I don't remember.
I don't know. I would like it if he shows up like everywhere else. Shows up on NXT, goes nuts.
Dude, why doesn't he show up on TNA? They have a little work relationship. Man, that's a wow.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. Was Drew ever in TNA?
Yeah, he was TNA World Champion, remember?
Was, right?
Yeah,
okay.
2013.
For like a split second, right?
He did. He was involved with the. Was it 2017?
Okay.
Yeah, he was doing the Matt Hardy stuff. Remember?
Yeah, and then because him and Cody had like very brief stints in TNA. I think they both.
Cody's was very brief.
They showed up, won the title, did a few things, and then bounced.
Cody, I don't think won the world title.
Are you sure?
He feuded with Moose.
Okay. Huh. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Memory
crazy. I know. You know what? It's so weird now where there is a time frame in wrestling, like CM Punk 2011, right? Yeah. The pipe bomb, and then it just goes blank for a couple of years. So like the Bullet Club stuff. I don't know why.
It's true. It's
like
true.
A lot of like it's vague memories. Kevin Nash in his sailor uniform,
right?
The sailor shirt. He came out to that. That was like a thing, and then like I don't remember anything after that.
Yeah, it goes from the pipe bomb to Bullet Club to NXT really effing rocking.
Yeah. Like 2014-ish to
2015.
2018.
When they were getting all of the indie guys.
Yeah.
Getting all the indie guys. And around that time, Cody's gone. He had the list.
And Drew was down in NXT.
And Drew was down in NXT. He was doing Evolve. He was doing the indies before that. And then it kind of picked up from there. And this is where we're at right now. I do want to see more with that TNA relationship. I'm an easy mark, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this. I just want to see the Hardy Boys again.
You want to in WWE?
In WWE.
You want them to do that?
Yeah.
Fascinating how that did not go over in AEW. It did not work for a number of reasons, but it did not work.
Do you think? Can we do the segment of what does Andrew think?
Oh yeah, we should do that.
That we're trying new segments. This show is still relatively new. We're up to episode 9 right now. And also, by the way, guys, we're gonna do your questions at the end. So this is a new segment I'd like to call "What Andrew Thinks."
Oh no,
why didn't the Hardys work in AEW?
I think Jeff's issue.
Mm-hmm.
I think Matt coming in during a pandemic was terrible.
Really?
Like I think that derailed everything that they had planned.
Okay.
Because remember they were going into Blood and Guts,
right?
And they canceled it. So I think he got just trapped with bad booking, and then he had that Sammy match that busted his head. Remember?
Jeff.
No. Matt.
Right.
Yeah. And then when Jeff came, Jeff had his issues, and then I think he was out with an injury. Like, it just never...
It didn't gel properly.
If they came in together and you built it straight with the Bucks, right? Yeah. Like, I'm just saying in a perfect world. They come in together, you build it with the Bucks, or even Matt comes in, pandemic happened, whatever, you bring Jeff back, you let Matt cool off a little bit, and then you bring him back, you do something big.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was just a victim of circumstance for both of them.
They did have that rockin' match with Sting and Darby.
They did have a good match with Sting and Darby. They did do the match with the Bucks. They did do that. It just didn't. It fell flat.
You would think it wouldn't.
You would think, yeah. I thought it would have gotten very over there.
Yeah.
I think there would have been, we were very close to getting, if you really think about it, up until like a year ago, right? We could have gotten Edge and Christian, the Bucks, and the Hardys in a match.
Oh, for FTR, throw FTR.
Throw FTR in that new, in that new age TLC match. You could have had it.
Yeah, the world's greatest TLC match.
I still, wrestling is so difficult, especially with older talent.
Yeah,
because injuries are very unpredictable to begin with, but especially if you're a guy like Jeff Hardy,
right?
It is very unpredictable. I hope they do something. They have one last run. I hope for Jeff's sake, and Matt too. I mean, they're John Alba, good friends with Matt.
Yeah.
Speaks so highly of him regularly to me.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love what Rebby's doing with Gothic Baby.
Oh yeah.
My kids love it.
No, absolutely.
So I want nothing but good for these people.
Absolutely.
Like 100%. I never think, they shouldn't be on TV. Listen, if people are into it, I don't care how old you are.
Right.
Same goes for WWE. Like, we are our generation especially, is very, brainwash is not the word, but I'm just going to put it out there.
Sure. Shoot.
That we were told and conditioned by a WWF audience, by Vince himself, that if you're 40 years old, you're too old.
Right.
So anything beyond that is, you're just against time.
Right.
AJ Styles, he's 46 years old.
Right.
Still fantastic. There's so many people. The Rock came back, one of the biggest WrestleManias of all time.
Absolutely.
Drew is 38, 39.
Damian Priest
is 40, 41, whatever. Edge, he messed up his leg, but I mean, he put on a hell of a match at 50-something years old.
Yeah.
Majority of Chris Jericho's stuff.
Yeah.
He's looked good. That is a very WWF thing to think.
Right.
And my approach is, listen, if you are still able to do something to a high professional level, you don't have to perform like you did 20 years ago.
Right.
But am I still interested in you on TV?
Yeah.
Like, are you still coming across as a mega star? Then you should be on TV.
It's not like it was when we were younger and they would bring the legends out who were at these ages in their late 40s.
Sting.
Sting's a great example.
Okay.
Sting's a man.
the perfect end to
Yeah.
a career,
Absolutely.
right?
62 years old.
I'm telling you, and this is not an AEW bias. If
Mm-hmm.
he did this in TNA, if he did this in WWE, I would have said this is the perfect way to end it.
Okay.
Happy note. He got his big moment. He was with his sons.
Right.
He was with his other son, the little one.
Yeah,
with the face paint, the turtle kid.
Yeah.
What a beautiful way to go, and what a respectful way to go out. Instead of, you being hung upside down and like Mussolini and dragged with a car.
Yeah.
That's how WWE takes you out.
Yeah.
You're doing the tutti frutti in the back.
Right.
And you're like a senile old man.
Right.
You know,
that's the Vince. That was the Vince style. Like we're gonna jab you. We're gonna egg you on.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna make We're gonna make you look like a goof to everybody.
Yeah.
Things are different now, obviously. And also to wrap up what Andrew thinks, I do think when you get that WWE version of Forbidden Door, which is also happening with AJ Styles going to Noah, by the way.
Yeah. Maybe some TNA stuff too, for all
TNA
these
stuff.
guys.
When somebody challenges for the WWE Tag Team titles and it's the Hardy Boys, that pop is gonna be ridiculous.
You know what? They'll love it. They'll eat it up, and there'll be no complaints.
Right.
And you know what? Nobody's going to say Jeff Hardy's washed up and old and Matt Hardy's washed up and
Exactly.
old. That will not exist.
I've always believed that Jeff Hardy was truly the WWE prodigal son.
There is a generational change.
Yeah.
And I was on that cusp. I totally get Jeff Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
He was never my guy.
Right.
But you know who he was the guy of? All the 1999 to 2003 indie ripoffs.
Well,
how many Jeff Hardys were on the indies?
There were a million Jeff Hardy / Rob Van Dams.
Sean Ross Sapp probably knows the answer to that.
Oh, yeah. Like legitimate stats.
Yeah. You know what? We should do a trivia night here on Fightful.
How many Jeff Hardys?
How many Jeff Hardys were on the indie circuit in 2002? You know what the answer is? 43. There were 43 Jeffs and only 7 Matts. Look, we got 2 of them.
Yeah.
In AEW.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're the EVPs.
How could you not love these guys? They're doing this shit. They're flipping.
Listen, you got us excited. Rich brought up the Hardys, and we got derailed here.
This has been a successful What Andrew Thinks. This is a good one.
Thank you.
We'll bring it back next week.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Can we redo our fantasy booking of the Ultimate Warrior in WWE in 1998, where he joins the Ministry and he has all the pentagrams all over him, and he's the higher power?
Oh, yeah, I would love that.
Steve Austin.
I would love that. Steve, you have to get real, gnarly with your voice too.
We did that. We did a 45-minute booking of
there.
him. I know we did it. You and I, not me and Jim.
I was there.
He doesn't like me. He made comments about my eyebrows, very inappropriate by today's standards. Okay.
Oh no.
We did 45 minutes of fantasy booking, and it was actually really good, and it culminated at WrestleMania 2002 with Hogan and him.
Yeah.
That's how we ended it. And I thought, you know what? I thought I did a great job. Only if Lance Storman heard it, because then he would send me his feedback, because that's what he does now on Sundays.
Oh yeah.
I get an afternoon chat with Lance where he tells me either I have no clue what I'm talking about or how on the nose I was.
Where you nailed it or failed it?
Nailed it or failed it with, that's his segment.
Can you do that, please? You can take that name.
Yeah, nailed it or failed it.
Nailed it or failed it.
Where were we? Caden Carter and Katana Chance defeated Damage Control after Io Sky talks to Dakota and Kyrie backstage. You
okay?
I'm trying to remember. There was something weird that happened in this segment, wasn't there?
Yeah. This is technically. I'll be honest here. This is when I was doing the dishes.
Okay, got it. Okay. There was something weird. I don't know. Sheamus defeated Braun Breaker by DQ. Ludwig Kaiser would interrupt, costing the match for. Ludwig Kaiser would interfere, costing Sheamus. Costing Sheamus what? But hold on, let's get him on. But our producer that nobody could hear, you wrote Sheamus defeated Braun Breaker.
Yeah, by DQ.
But then you wrote Ludwig cost Sheamus the match.
Oh, I wrote that wrong.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Boy.
You know, you know what he does?
He
does
the
this
microphone like this.
He imprints false memories.
Yeah.
If he writes it enough, I'm like, something's not right, but I guess it's true.
He's trying to Mandela effect it.
He's been Mandela affecting me for 15 years.
What? This next line says that WWE just signed Mr. Gonzo?
Yeah, what the hell's going on?
Crazy.
WWE Money in the Bank qualifier Jey Uso defeated Rey Mysterio and Finn Balor at the end of the show. Uso celebrating, and here we go. The lights go off, and they did this in one continuous shot.
Very cool.
You know what? That's the Always Sunny shot.
Yeah.
Remember that episode they did with Charlie? Charlie
Yes.
Day. I got to tell you, cinematically, these guys are really good.
Yes.
Okay? Live production to this level is very difficult to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very hard. And these guys did a great job with this. And I'm telling you, I'm speaking happily about this show because
Absolutely.
I actually enjoyed Raw, and I never enjoy Raw.
Yes.
I'm very poo-poo on Raw, always. Yeah. It's just too long. It's my Mondays. My Mondays are hectic. You know, it's me. It's me. It's not you. Maybe it is you. So Nikki Cross comes crawling out the door like a zombie.
Awesome.
They go into the gorilla position, okay? The camera.
Yeah.
There's blood everywhere.
Everything's destroyed.
The buzzards are sitting everywhere.
Yeah.
Chad Gable apparently was shot in the head. Okay? I was doing something on my phone, and I got like a work call. This is like 11 o'clock at night now, right? I got a work call. Jess is there, and I was like, I saw the group chat, you know, where you guys were like, "Oh, it's happening," or MG goes, "It's happening." So I'm like, I gotta pay attention. So I got off the phone, and I'm watching this. I'm like, why did they kill Chad?
Yeah, he's done.
It was a bullet wound. It was like his side of his temple. He was shot in the head. Okay. Strowman could be seen taken out backstage also.
That's interesting.
So everybody's out. Everybody's dead.
Yeah, it's interesting that they didn't put Braun back with them.
Maybe he will.
Yeah,
maybe he'll go back. He
should.
should.
He's got that weird push now with the
choo-choo still. He's still doing it.
He's doing the choo-choo, and he's got that new shirt that people seem to love. One big SOB.
Is that what it says?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uncle Howdy emerges, walks out on stage with his new family. He says, "We're here," blows out the lantern like Bray Wyatt, and then you get the little effect, and it seems like the group is called the Wyatt Six.
SICK.
SICKS.
Yeah. I like it. I liked it a lot.
It's an old-timey group. They all have typhoid.
Yeah. Yeah. They look cool. I think it's Rowan, right?
It's Rowan,
Dexter Lumis, Nikki Cross, and Bo Dallas.
And
Joe
and
Gacy.
Joe Gacy, yeah.
Let's see where it goes. I'm all for it.
I want nothing more than this to work.
Yes.
Okay? I want it to work for Bo.
Absolutely.
I like spooky gimmicks.
Mm-hmm.
But this is something that I have been talking about for weeks about this topic here.
Yeah.
WWE has changed a lot in the last, let's say, 8 months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Vince McMahon stuff started changing. But, I mean, when they got that ball rolling over the summer, everything changed. It started getting presented. Kevin Dunn leaving. You know what? Kevin Dunn leaving started presenting. The show started getting presented in a more of a sports live feel.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, this is going to be challenging.
As far as what?
I think this is going to be challenging to be convincing to the audience because they've gone backwards. Now it's all about the pure athletes. It's not about the mysticism and the lightning bolts.
I think you can still have it.
I think you can. I just hope it's done right. I hope it works.
Apart from WWE, I feel like arguably WWE does spooky the best. Right?
Yeah, nobody's really done it better.
Broken Matt, maybe?
Yeah, Broken. You know what? But that's an anomaly. He's just such a creative guy. He got himself over. Like, I don't think they've ever been able to. Yeah, WWE does great.
Broken Matt and Frankenstein PCO.
Frankenstein PCO was great too. That's a great monster.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for these guys this works. I don't know. Are they zombies? What are they? Why not just make them backwoods people?
Well, are they gonna wrestle in the match?
I hope not. That's gonna be very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The Wyatt Six.
I dig it. I dig the whole thing.
He needs to get rid of Uncle Howdy though. He doesn't need to be Uncle Howdy anymore.
Bo Dallas?
Yeah. Change the name.
I do think you could.
Bo Wyatt?
You could also have anybody be Uncle Howdy and him wrestle.
You could still do that.
Add to like the mystery of it.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. I like that actually.
Yeah.
let's see where they're going to show up next. Are they going to show up in NXT? Are they going to show up in WWE? Where are they going to go? SmackDown this Friday. You got a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Randy Orton versus Tama Tonga versus Carmelo Hayes. I like the Carmelo Hayes and Randy Orton stuff.
Same here.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It gels for me.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Owens versus Andrade versus Grayson Waller. CM Punk to appear. And Cody Rhodes is targeted by the Bloodline.
Great.
So let's see if there's an interaction between Cody and Punk here.
That would be cool.
So Punk's the heel.
I guess so.
I can't get over that. Like, you're that petty that you got on a flight to Scotland and you were waiting for a screw up to happen because, like, obviously
right.
Like, he doesn't know there's a ref spot.
Right.
He doesn't know, but he's just waiting in his covered up unitard.
Right.
Just waiting for that moment. What was he going to do if that spot didn't happen?
Exactly. Kayfabe wise.
Yeah, like, what was he going to do? Was he going to just turn off the lights? Was he going to run in? I'm curious.
Lights off could have worked. I appreciate the fact that WWE actually shot that very well, where they shot it from behind, so you didn't really see who.
Yeah, great job.
To run in. Well, you saw his greasy hair, so you're like, oh, that's CM Punk,
Yeah.
and then the shot spun around. Very well done.
We're gonna
this SmackDown's in Chicago, right?
this is in Chicago.
So yeah, he's not gonna get booed in Chicago.
Oh, of course not. You know what? That's how you turn him babyface.
Yeah,
Perfect.
exactly.
Yeah. But guys, by the way, we are going to do our Q&A segment at the end of the show. You want your question guaranteed? Hit the super chat button. That money goes towards our producers and everything else that we put into the show. We genuinely appreciate it when you guys hit the super chat button. But submit your questions in the chat, and we will do our best to answer them at the end of the show. Let's talk about Dynamite coming up tomorrow. This is a big-ass Dynamite.
Oh, yeah. Huge.
All right, so here we go. MJF versus Roosh in a commercial-free opening segment.
Awesome.
Great. I want to see this match.
I'm excited about that.
AEW Tag Team Title Eliminator, the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas, versus the Acclaimed. The Acclaimed, Anthony Bowen, was fined on Collision.
Right.
So that's another part of this. AEW Continental Title Eliminator. Okada versus To Be Determined. Turnbuckle Al, TBA.
Turnbuckle Al.
Who's he facing?
AEW Continental Title Eliminator.
Is it just a scrawny little jabron?
Well, they have to ramp up to Forbidden Door, right? Forbidden Door is 2 weeks away. So it's got to be somebody, like, I don't want to say reputable, somebody, like, kind of on the bigger side, right?
I don't know. Okada's not on this card yet for Forbidden Door.
That's wild.
Yeah. I like him with that. Dude, he was great on Collision. He comes out, and he's just cursing now.
I really do enjoy that, too. I think it's fantastic.
Like, what? Who is this guy?
Who'd have thought?
You know what? Fascinating, though, okay? Like, I didn't like that Kenny Omega run as world champion.
The AEW run. Okay.
But, man, you know, he really showed that he has some promo ability.
Right.
Who the hell looks at Okada and they go, man, that's a great wrestling character? No, that's one of the greatest wrestlers ever.
Right.
But, man, what a great character.
Oh, forget it. Yeah. American Okada is where the money is.
Yo, I love it. And he's doing so little.
Yeah.
And he's making so much money, and it's working.
And he's really razzing the crowd.
Yo, he's great. He's great. I like it when he calls people bitches.
Oh, it's the best.
Just very good stuff. Very, very good stuff. Where was the note here?
We got Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa's contract signing. That's good. I'm looking forward to that match. Swerve and Will Ospreay have a face-to-face.
Man, you know, I think this match is a little too soon.
Because you think Ospreay's going to take it.
Or neither. No, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want Ospreay to lose right now because he has all the momentum, and Strickland shouldn't either. This should have been a weird match for Strickland as an exhibition almost.
Okay.
For Forbidden Door. Whatever this match he does, it should not have been. This is not my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I think there's bigger to do with them. Orange Cassidy, Dante Martin, Kyle O'Reilly, and Mark Briscoe. Roderick, Kyle Fletcher, Takeshita, and Zack Sabre Jr. Here's a Forbidden Door. Rich and I are going to be there.
Yes.
Are you guys going to be there?
Say hi.
Say hello if you see us. UBS Arena, a few minutes away from our houses.
I'm pumped.
I am too. We'll go pregame a little.
Are we taking a Cybertruck?
You want to take a Cybertruck there? Yeah, we'll take a Cybertruck there. Go right in the building. This looks like a great card for Forbidden Door. Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, John Moxley, Naito.
Great.
Takeshita, Mark Briscoe, Jack Perry versus whoever the other person is.
Mm-hmm.
TBS Championship, New Japan Strong Women's Championship, Mercedes Moné, Stephanie Vakir, and Tony Storm and Mina.
Great. There needs to be an Okada match.
There had 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 5 matches here. I'm sure we're going to get at least 2 more. So you put an Okada match. Where are the Bucks?
Right.
You could have the Bucks in a match. You could have Okada in a match.
Would you do a trios? Would you prefer a trios or a singles?
Oh, no. Is Zack Sabre Jr. wrestling on this card? Yeah. Orange Cassidy. That's not on it here.
And you need a Danielson match.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Forbidden Door. Yeah. We got a couple of weeks to set it up. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being there and just like chilling.
Here, let me get. Oh, there are 7 matches here, by the way. It's Jeff Cobb versus To Be Determined. John Moxley, Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., Orange Cassidy, Mina and Tony, Mercedes and Stephanie, and then the other 2 matches we already announced. So, yeah, there are more matches here. And this is for the New Japan World Television title.
Right.
The Jeff Cobb match.
I think Orange takes it. I feel like
you think he takes it with Zack Sabre Jr.?
I feel like Orange takes it. Sorry. I feel like they're leaning towards a big title swap, you know. And you also have the G1 coming up. I think Takeshita's in the G1, right?
Takeshita's in the G1. Yeah. I got very distracted. I'm looking at a photo of Sean just standing in a random street in Queens.
Shawn Michaels?
No, it's Sean Ross Sapp.
From when?
With Destiny.
From when?
I guess a couple years ago when he was here for a show.
Oh, yeah.
And I just saw the photo. I'm like, oh, I know where that's Queens.
Yeah.
That has to be Queens.
Let me see.
Astoria Boulevard. Here, look. Where is he? He's at the Cohen's. I know, like,
that's,
Forest Hills.
Yeah,
he's in Forest Hills.
That's right off Austin Street.
Yeah. Wild. I look at that. I'm like, I know exactly where that is. It was the first Grand Slam show, yeah. Also, Q&A time coming up. The Uncle Howdy video has already 1 million views on YouTube.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
We already mentioned also during a Noah event in Yokohama, AJ Styles appeared via video and announced that he would be at Noah's Budokan event July 13th to face Marufuji. Very cool. And apparently he's bringing Gallows and Anderson with him.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Good
It's
stuff.
a little Bullet Club moment, huh?
Good stuff.
Very good stuff.
Io Sky was also announced for a Marigold event last weekend. She's going to wrestle Utami Haya Shishida. I got through that one. At Marigold Summer Destiny, also on July 13th. Tatum Packley challenged Jordan Grace at TNA Against All Odds. And they're teasing more crossovers for NXT.
Why not? Why
Yeah.
not? It makes you look better as a company with these independent contractor laws changing.
Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
The Ziggler brothers are in TNA. The Hardy Boys are in TNA. Who else we got there?
Who else do we have there?
There's a couple of WWE guys there,
Yeah.
I think. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke is there. Joe loves TNA, by the way.
Joe Hendry?
Joel Pearl.
Joel Pearl. I
Loves-
know Joel Pearl.
Loves TNA. That's all he talks to me about. It's getting crazy. Now he's like, remember when Christian won the TNA title and then they went from the NWA title to the TNA title? Remember when that happened?
Is that your impression of Joel Pearl?
When he calls me, only when he talks about TNA.
Mm-hmm. You remember
And can I tell you something? I'm going to tell you something. And I don't care if I'm on Fightful here.
Okay.
I hate the Joe Hendry song.
I
I hate it. It cringes me out. Hate it.
Cringes me out. You want to do questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I have to go to Montreal for Slammiversary, says Joe Pearl.
Yeah.
All right.
He loves PCO also.
Oh, listen. Who doesn't?
Yeah, he loves the Mountie.
That entrance live, phenomenal.
PCO?
Yeah. All right, guys.
Let's do Q&A.
Like we said before, you can super chat us. We'll answer your question immediately or not. Whatever. Do whatever you want. It's from Glassdoor Gamer. Can you see Rampage on Max on a better day or time slot?
I think that Collision should be the one. Like, Rampage is not terrible for the time slot it's in on the
Yeah.
night that it's in. I think the bigger question is, okay, so what happens if, let's say SmackDown moves from Fridays? Just say, hypothetically. Do you move Collision to a Friday night at 8 o'clock? I think you should.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose. It's only going to help.
Right.
I think that's a bigger question. Rampage is Rampage. You know, I think the people that are watching is that 350,000 to 400,000 people that watch every single week, and they'll continue watching no matter what's on.
Yeah.
But you need that show. I don't think that show is a hurtful product. Like Thunder was hurtful to WCW.
Right.
Because it just was terrible.
It stretched that budget way too thin.
Collision's not terrible. Collision's good. It's really good when you watch it for wrestling. But really, like, last week was the anniversary show, and that was not an anniversary show.
Right.
Come on. You know, you don't. I don't know. I it's sad because I really like the show, but I know nothing's really happening.
Right.
It's not must-see TV, especially on a Saturday night. Rampage has never been positioned that way. I think it's fine. A 1-hour show on a Friday night that does 350,000 viewers. All right. You know, for all those ratings, you know, what was Velocity getting?
Right.
What was Main Event getting?
Right.
What was, you know,
Live Wire,
and Sunday Night Heat, and all these other shows? Not every show is going to be your flagship, and that's fine.
Exactly.
But is it? Are you at a positive or a negative with the product? That's how I see it.
Yeah. Rampage is great, especially like for if I'm home on a Friday night and I'm watching SmackDown and it was a good SmackDown, I'd be like, oh man, there's more wrestling on TV. Let me flip the channel and watch the hour. You know, I know a lot of people do that, but I would like to see wrestling on Max.
Yeah.
Bob McGee, any update on WBD and AEW?
I believe I said it last week. I know that there were major people in WBD that very much want the deal done now.
Okay.
I was told of a scenario that could play out this summer that, you know, everybody wants. Again, I say this every week, but nobody wants to leave. Nobody wants AEW gone from there on the WBD side, and AEW wants to stay there. Just they're negotiating.
Will McLean, Danielson versus Shingo at Forbidden Door for the Owen tourney? ?
What was it? Danielson versus who?
Shingo.
Oh, I love that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Danielson versus everybody. Let's see. This is from Paul Anthony Moss. Who would you like to see win the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament? For the men, been really impressed with Pac's promo work lately. I could see him winning, getting the title shot at All In.
I think Pac's great. Maybe
great.
it is Danielson.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you do Danielson. I mean,
they haven't put anything on Danielson yet.
Let me see. Where's the bracket? Let me see the bracket. Owen Hart Tournament 2024. Let's see. Here's the bracket. Who's the guy going on Wikipedia and updating this? Person's a hero.
It's Mr. Gonzo.
So right now we only have 3 names: Pac, Shingo, and Danielson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it has to make sense. Whoever's facing, you know, I mean, is Ospreay going to be in this?
I do feel like there's a lot more concentration on the ladies' end this year so far.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, Chris Statlander, Willow, Mariah May, Saraya, and Sheeta.
Yeah.
So far, I mean, it's great. I mean, this is really good stuff.
Yeah, you need 5 more guys for.
And remember, Willow won last time.
Right. You need 5 more guys for the men's side, and I think 3 more for the women.
And the finale was CM Punk and Ricky.
Right.
That I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm. Really?
I did not like it.
Ricky Starks won.
I think, you know, that was a beginning for Ricky, I think, the negative, because it was a weird tournament. Remember, it started with Kojima and Punk at Forbidden Door.
Right.
So, like, you already got this mega match, and then everybody thought it would, you know, I don't know. I just found it to be a strange tournament.
You had fantastic tournament on paper.
Yeah.
I liked it.
No, I liked it too, but I think it almost was a negative in beating Punk.
Is the tournament cursed because Adam Cole won the first one, gets injured the next year?
And then Ricky.
Ricky Starks wins. He's disappeared.
Britt Baker won the first one, gone.
Gone.
Willow won the second one, but she's still here.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
She's good to go. Let's see. What else do we have here as far as questions go? Noob and Co TV. Do you think we might be witnessing a possible breakup of Damage Control with Asuka coming back?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
they're hinting it. We're seeing, obviously, a possible breakup of the New Day. That's playing out.
Yeah.
I think they had such an easy out here with this.
Yeah.
That could have made it into a very interesting storyline, and that's Xavier Woods being controlled by the power of mesmerism by the Wyatts,
Sure.
because he's already been affected by them.
Right.
Remember, they did something to him. Why not continue that? And now you can make him into one of them, and then that could be his story. He's trying to get him back, and then Big E comes in to help.
That would be cool.
I mean,
That'd
not
be
that
really
big
cool.
as wrestling, but I mean, you could have done something.
Yeah, I do miss the New Day.
I do also. You know that, and man, what a terrible time for that man's injury.
Yeah. I hope he gets better. Like,
I hope so.
there's still nothing, no progress, right?
Listen, over time, things change. Treatment changes.
Yeah.
You know, guys like Danielson and Edge, all this cryo and all the stem cell treatments. And
Christian too.
Yeah. You know, they all do this stuff.
This is another one from Will McLean. How can you trust Jeff Hardy?
I mean, I don't deal with Jeff, so I don't have to trust him for anything.
Right.
I'm not the one making the decision.
Mm-hmm.
How do you trust Jeff Hardy? I don't know, dude. The guy, you know, he's a sweet guy. He just has an issue.
Yeah.
And I know. Listen, man, you and I both.
Mm-hmm.
We're blue collar kids at the end.
Mm-hmm.
How many Jeff Hardys do we know?
A million Jeff
Right?
Hardys.
And they're the sweetest guys, and they got their little things. And
Yeah.
and they listen. I'm not advocating at all for drinking and driving.
Right.
I feel very strongly on that topic, but it's sad. It's sad because it's not an obvious, like, he's not going and saying like, "Screw you, mom, I'm gonna go ruin my life."
Right.
It's a demon that he has, and I have a lot of empathy towards
Oh, absolutely.
people that are struggling.
Your boy JT got arrested in the Hamptons.
Justin Timberlake just got arrested in Sag Harbor.
What was that noise?
What the hell was that noise?
Are you in a race car, Mr. Gonzo?
Nobody could hear him. He's not on air.
This is from
Justin Timberlake got arrested in Sag Harbor.
Wild.
But you know what the DWI rule is, right? In Long Island,
What is it?
you could be hit with a DWI at 0.04,
Okay.
one beer,
Wow.
if they want to nail you, because it's a lower limit.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
This is from RJ Suburb. When do you think Trips releases the CCTV footage of the backstage wiretap? Also, great user handle.
What is it?
RJ Suburb.
RJ Sub. Yeah, great. Probably next Monday. No?
Yeah, sure. Maybe they release it on SmackDown. They have to have an appearance on SmackDown, right?
They should.
Yeah.
They should take out that whole roster too.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
NXT appearance tonight, maybe.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. This is from Brian Blake. Do you think there will ever be an actual TNA NXT supercard?
You know what? If they did that, it would really be a big deal.
It would be.
I think it would be very beneficial to everybody that was involved.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, right? Especially TNA talent.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Grace looked great.
Yeah.
She's really fantastic. I was happy to see that she is being presented in a great way.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, you're still the TNA champion and not a WWE champion, so you will lose.
Right. When is Britt Baker returning?
I don't know. I've asked and I've gotten no update, but she should be coming back soon, right? She's been out for a while.
Yeah. It's got to be soon.
It has to be.
This is from Sean Garner. Who do you think faces Roxanne at Heatwave, and will it be Julia?
I don't know what Julia's status is right now, right?
Yeah.
Because she was banged up a little bit. So I don't know if it'll be. Yeah, it's a broken wrist, so you could still do something.
Yeah.
I think Julia coming in would be great, but you want Julia at 100%. You don't want her to come in and be half.
Exactly.
You know?
This is a good one. This is for, does Kanye West get involved with WWE?
Kanye was at a Japanese wrestling show.
Uh-huh.
I don't. You know, here's the thing. I would say no, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had Sexy Red on.
Right.
Not the best reputation.
I think they just did that for the Shawn Michaels memes.
I can't see them considering the things that man has said.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah. It's interesting that he showed up at a Japanese wrestling show.
Yeah.
You know? They can get anybody. That's the thing with WWE, right?
But they're going to be selective.
You're going to get a Bad Bunny again.
I can't believe they had Sexy Red.
It's actually
I'm curious how that came about. I'd love to know that story.
One of the guys was probably like, "Hey, get her." You know?
I'm curious. I asked somebody down in NXT and I didn't hear back. I'm really curious how they came about doing that. Like they looked at her and they're like, "Okay, let's get her in."
Cadillac Carson says, "I'll do a hunger strike if he shows up."
If Kanye shows up?
If Kanye shows up.
All right. I mean, don't burn your hats, though, because his hats are nice. Cadillac Carson's.
Just another guy says, you got Logan interviewing Donald Trump. Anything is possible.
Yeah, I mean, anything is possible, you know? Logan Paul is trying to become one of the best interviewers in media. He's having everybody on.
Logan Paul versus Bad Bunny.
That could happen.
Paul Anthony Moss, would you bring someone else in for House of Black if Buddy is out for a long time? If so, who might be a good fit?
Yeah,
Thanks.
Buddy got hurt on Saturday.
Malachi, Brody,
Danhausen.
Yeah,
he could be. Yeah,
he's the foil.
Yeah. But no, you know who could have done it? Pac could have been in House of Black.
I think
not anymore, but I think he would have fit it.
I think Death Triangle is as spooky as he gets.
Yeah,
you know.
He's not a tattoo boy. That's why.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of like tattoo guys, but Danhausen has a lot of tattoos. Buddy Murphy doesn't really have tattoos, so you know you just need somebody.
So I don't know how hurt he is. By the way,
Buddy Murphy,
but he did bang up his. I mean, he took a nasty fall.
Yeah.
Joel goes, they probably heard the HBK theme sample from one of her songs and saw her social media presence and realized they could do something with her in NXT. Yeah. I guess so.
In reference to
Sexy Red.
Sexy Red.
Yeah.
Is it time to turn Gunther babyface?
What's his gimmick?
Foreign heel.
What kind of foreign heel?
Yeah.
It's like right on the cusp, right?
It really is.
Like if I don't think they could up it anymore.
No.
Because then it's like, ooh, you know, you're getting there.
Ooh.
You're getting there.
Career bad guy. Career heel, I think.
I love him as a heel.
I love him as a heel too.
Yeah.
It would have to be something very but like, you know, what would his babyface character be? Like him trying to assimilate to American culture?
Yeah, wears jeans like Levi's, like high-rise Levi's, and like he goes to the Grand Canyon. He becomes like a tourist who wears a polo shirt tucked in with New Balances, and he has a disposable camera. He's just going around sightseeing. There you go.
Cadillac, save that question for Friday.
Oh, hold on. Yes, that's a Friday question.
That's a Friday question, baby.
Yeah.
Leo Rush for House of Black, apparently, it's from Brian Knight. He uses a spooky gimmick, the Blackheart, on the Indies.
Yo, Leo Rush has been great.
He's been awesome, yeah.
The last 2 weeks that I've seen him, he looks great.
Another one from Sean Garnett is Jey Uso win Money in the Bank.
Oh, yeah. So here we go.
Yeah.
As I like to call it, the time of the year where WWE screws up all their booking. And they have to work backwards.
Right.
They seem to do this every year, and then they're like, I don't know, we're running out of time. Who? I get Jey Uso would be good, and Jey challenges who?
Damian Priest.
Cody? No, it'd have to be Cody.
So it'd have to be
No,
Cody?
I'm sorry. It's a respected brand, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so it would have to be Damian. That's a SummerSlam match?
Sure.
Yeah.
I want to see Damian Priest hold that title at least until SummerSlam.
I really think Drew should have won. Okay, this is my opinion.
I agree with you.
I went off on somebody like in my rants, and they're like, hey, just let it play out, dude. We're working on something cool here.
Right.
And I'm like, I get it, but I sometimes get invested, and that's good when I get invested with wrestling, and I don't look at it as like an analyst.
Yeah,
I wanted that guy to win. But I also, at the same time, did not want Damian to be a transitional champion.
Right.
And I like the dude. He's great. That match with who's it? Was it Jey Uso? That was not good.
Mm-hmm.
Or Jimmy Uso. That was not great. Or no, it was Jey. I didn't love that, but God, I hope they have a plan.
We also didn't talk about the Clash at the Castle.
The
show on Saturday.
Well, we spoke about the end.
Yes, we spoke about the end. I really enjoyed that match between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre.
Okay, I did too.
Yeah.
And MG on Wrestling Observer said that the opening match was his favorite match of the night.
Okay.
And I disagreed with him. I thought that main event was my favorite match. I'm not going to say the best match because that's relative. My favorite match.
Right.
And here's the reason. When is the last, we don't get this too often, right? We get two big dudes
right.
in the main event, wrestling at a main event level for the title. Right? They were working so hard as two big guys. And you know what? They did great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that match. But, think about the time that match went on.
Exactly.
On Saturday.
Exactly.
Saturday afternoon. I've been grilling all afternoon.
Right.
I got Italy playing on one screen. I have the pay-per-view on the other. I was feeling good. I was really invested.
You're 25 Trulies in.
No, what did I drink? What did I drink on Saturday?
42.
No, we did summer ale.
Oh, very nice.
We did Montauk's.
Very nice.
And then like two and a half bottles of wine, but
yeah.
All right, let's do one more question.
But you smash them over your head like Stone Cold.
No, I eat the metal like a goat. I just start chewing on the cans.
Let's see. This is from Brian Blake. NWA Wrestling. Any chance of them doing a crossover with another promotion?
I don't know.
I mean,
Billy did that thing with Drew, which was funny. That was the Simpsons bit that they did. But I don't know if there's any equity, any reason why they would.
Well, that was the only thing they really did was All In, right?
They did All In. Maybe some TNA stuff? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Let's see. This is from Brian Knight. What is the likelihood that AAA will end its partnership with AEW for a WWE partnership by the end of this year?
I don't know. Because AAA's getting TV here,
right,
in the States. They're going. What is that? Unimas? They're going to
Univision?
No, I think they're going to Unimas.
Yeah.
Something. They're getting TV. Or did my brain just stop and that's a total made up story? Joel, correct me, please.
I think your brain just stopped.
Did I just make up the entire story? No, I thought they are getting TV on another channel. I don't know. I don't think that WWE's looking to partner with anybody right now. I think they're using things for their benefit to get their talent over, but I don't know how the lucha style would adapt because it's so different than what WWE does.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I feel like they'd want to put those guys in NXT.
I think for AEW, they're a little bit more. I think the talent is more focused on having a lucha match.
Right.
I don't think you're gonna break the WWE way of wrestling.
Yeah. No, not at all. I think WWE.
It's also a size thing too, and those guys are very small.
WWE has also, I feel like, ever since the Vince stuff, has loosened up on styles. Not AJ Styles.
Well, I mean, they're doing assassinations in the back now.
Right.
So,
but also like
Unimas, Saturday afternoons. I was right. See, man, Bob McGee came through in the clutch.
Thanks, Bob McGee.
And I'm not hallucinating.
No,
I'm not hallucinating.
Are you tripping right now?
That Samorlin I'm taking does some crazy stuff.
Oh, I can't wait for your neck to get mad big. Just jacked. We're gonna have to do a shirtless Madman.
Yeah, we'll do it. I was shirtless all weekend.
Everybody's gonna see my chest tattoos.
Yeah, it's just gibberish. It's not even complete sentences.
A whole lot of 666. All right. We got time for one more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Guys, send us one more amazing question, and we will answer it right now. There's got to be a couple of good ones in here.
Give me a good one. Give me a really good one.
Give us a good one, guys.
The best one you could come off. You could ask me anything.
This is going to be a quick one. Any chance Camille debut soon in AEW?
I think the last I heard, she was going there. I don't know if that's still happening. I'm not as. I would say I'm not as tapped in as I was 6 months ago, but that's because of my own personal life.
Right.
But I would have. I think she'd be a tremendous asset to that company.
Ooh, this is two great questions, by the way. All right, this is just another Kai. Hair and beard routine.
Okay, so the beard, nothing.
Here it comes.
Nothing.
Yes.
I don't do any ointments or anything.
Really?
No, nothing. I get it faded every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I get a slight trim.
Okay.
The hair, I do a 0, low skin, little trim, and I use. I have a very expensive shampoo. I don't know the name. I condition because my hair is very straight.
Right.
So then I got a hairspray, hair dryer.
Yep.
Got to be glued.
Oh yeah.
It got to be glued.
Okay.
Yeah. I use a little bit of that. Flip it back, and then I build the pomp, and then I spray. Dry. Spray. Dry.
This is every day.
Every day. Sometimes twice a day. Do you know I go to bed with my hair made?
Well, I've seen you in bed
With my hair made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always.
like a movie star.
Yeah.
Just
What,
like the
what if I got to
movies.
run out the door? What if there's a fire and then I get Penny Crone shows up
Just like the movies.
interviewing me?
Yeah. Penny Crone. Just like the movies. Whenever you see people go to bed, they're all done up.
Yeah. I'm always done up. Hair and makeup always done.
Are you starting to use makeup?
Oh yeah. Tons.
This is like a
Yeah.
little powder.
No, you know what I do have though? The
What is
Just
that?
for Men beard.
Oh really?
I use some of this, but it makes it too gooey.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
But does that wash out after like when you take a shower?
Yeah, but I have a bad habit of doing this, and it gets all over me.
How long does your hair routine take?
To do it?
Yeah.
Quick.
Quick?
Yeah,
'Cause
like
you've got
less
it
than
down.
5 minutes.
You
Yeah,
got it
because I have it
down.
down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Best horror character in wrestling history.
Mankind, Kane. Right?
Mankind. Kane.
Bray, I guess.
Bray Wyatt.
Demolition?
That's a good one. They just look nuts.
They just look nuts.
They were like S&M guys. They just
Yo,
look
they
nuts.
were. I mean,
Yeah.
and can you imagine? They wore the harness and everything.
Yeah.
And nobody. I never saw it.
Right. Well, because we were kids, but then when you're an adult, you're like, oh, but they didn't act like S&M guys.
I mean,
They were like Mad Max guys,
they were Mad Max guys. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Horror. Does Undertaker count as a horror character?
Yeah, definitely. He was a zombie.
It's got to be Undertaker.
He was a zombie.
But then Kane, I feel like, is a close second, especially when they did the Devil's Favorite Demon angle
When he was like,
when he unmasked,
Yeah.
and went berserk.
I like that they explained to you that this man's face was grotesquely disfigured,
Right.
and then he unmasks, and there's like black spots all over him, and
Right.
he had that gnarly hair,
Yeah.
and then like within like 2 weeks, I think they realized like, oh, it's gonna be a problem,
Yeah.
so they just said like, oh, he's just a little cuckoo. He thinks he's a burn victim,
Right.
right? Isn't that what Jim Ross essentially said?
I feel like they did two things, if I recall this correctly. One, they said he was wearing the mask until he was healed.
Until he was healed, yeah,
Right. And then I remember that where it was like he only thought he was a burn victim.
yeah.
And then at one point they stopped doing the makeup and they just gave him like a really weird haircut. You remember that?
Yeah.
From like the top back was just like a trim.
Ah, poor Glenn.
I really enjoyed the Devil's Favorite Demon.
The Boogeyman.
The Boogeyman, that's a good
He
one.
eats worms.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Answer the Boogeyman.
Yeah, I would say those are some good horror characters.
Yeah. Do you think we're done or you want to do another one?
Let's do one more and we can get out.
Okay.
Let's do one more.
Michael Frasinelli. Anyone else feel like AEW is sort of cold right now, especially with this Forbidden Door bill? Just doesn't have me very hyped. Not selling me on a $50 pay-per-view this time.
Yeah, listen. They are cold right now.
Mm-hmm.
I had to tell you, man. It's a battle of optics and attention spans,
Yeah.
and not being number one, never being number one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, underdogs are cool until people get bored with it, and then they turn on you.
Well, also, I will say, like we'll never poo-poo on anything, but I think perception-wise, folks are there's more eyes on WWE.
Of course, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And I think that's...
Well, it's bigger than ever.
Right.
Grander than ever.
Grander than ever. I think because of the match quality in the last year and just who's on the roster now and what your main events are, and the fact that Vince is gone has got people's eyes back on it big time.
Yeah.
And I feel like those people are the people who get bored easily with AEW, you know? Because
May I add something here?
There's no bigness there.
Yes, go ahead.
So they can hear me now. So
Yeah.
one of the reasons I think this happens
careful.
every year is you can't get people from Japan over to build angles until the last week.
Mhm.
So they rushed all the matches.
No, but wait, I don't think Forbidden Door is cold. I just think the overall product is.
Mhm.
You know, this is not a poo-poo of it. I think the wrestling's fantastic. The characters, I genuinely enjoy watching that show more than most WWE shows.
Yeah.
But I could be fair and I could see it and I could tell you that they have a serious optics problem.
Yeah.
And that's going to take time. Punk leaving was, Cody leaving was a major blow, but Punk was the way bigger punch in the stomach.
Yeah.
Because it dragged on.
Right.
It wasn't like Cody's contract ran out and he jumped ship and you're like, oh crap, how does that happen?
Right.
The Punk stuff dragged and dragged and dragged, and that was supposed to be the big moment. That was supposed to be the renaissance for them.
Mm-hmm.
This is what was going to solidify us in that top place.
Right.
And man,
what a whirlwind of events.
What a whirlwind of events. It really has taken me out of this a little bit.
Just the Punk thing.
Yeah, just like what the hell? Well, like what? Why?
Right.
Why?
And then immediately, it's interesting too. Like when Punk left AEW, I know a lot of people who were like, "F this guy, I don't care anymore." Right. And then as soon as he made that debut,
they all jumped to WWE and they're all applauding him.
They changed their tune and we're like, "Oh, that's why we like him."
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yep. It's very interesting. All right, boys and girls, that is it for this week. We love each and every one of you. We'll be back next week with another Beyond the Bell. This Friday, you could join us on the Matt Men channel for Matt Men Podcast. That's it. All right, boys and girls, we'll see you all next time.